Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here, and welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on setting up some natural gas wells and setting up the trains to deliver the natural gas to the refinery area that we were beginning to set up, and we began setting up the first stages of the refining process. Just kind of some basic layout at the moment. We're not going full on, capacity here. We just want to at least get the basics of the layout. And oh, I remember we need to deal with that cliff. And so yeah, that's what we kind of got to. I did make some adjustments here. I moved the tank for the sulfuric wastewater a bit further north, and I added a clarifier to it, just in case we need it. And for now, these guys are running, filling up the tanks with crude oil, with raw gas, with net gas condensates, all that good sorts of things. So we now need to start working on taking those products and breaking them down further. And, kind of working our way in this direction, which we'll need to work around that roboport, or I'll need to move it. But, as I was, planning, this is designed to kind of be expandable, that if we want to increase capacity, we merely just have to continue to add more devices running in this direction, connecting up all the pipes, and it should all work. So, the next stage is probably going to be processing crude oil. So what can we do with crude oil? Let's see. We have a few things that we can do. We can take crude oil and we can break it down into mineral oil, fuel oil, and naphtha. Just straight up. We can take crude oil and natural gas, or hydrogen gas, and break it up, but into different ratios. We'll get more naphtha out of this. This is 20-30-50. This is 20-20-70. If we use gas condensates, we get 40-30-30. So a more even distribution of fuel oil, naphtha, and base mineral oil. If we cycle residual gas in there, we'll get more mineral oil. We can take carbon monoxide, thermal water, and naphtha and make 100 base mineral oil. That's interesting. So, what I'm thinking is that we may use this process. Because the naphtha, we can then begin cracking it. Steam crack all this into different gases. We can take naphtha. Or we can just actually, let's just take this standard process, and it's made in these guys here, oil refinery Mark IIIs. Let me actually just sort out ratios here. We are going to want to worry about that. This. And we need crude oil, right, from that process. So, if we compute by factory, and let's just say, let's put in 100. Update. Okay. So yeah, it'll be probably 10 and 7. Yeah, so it's a 2 to 3 ratio. So for 2 of those, we'll want 3 of these. And Mark IV? We don't have Mark IV. We're using... Are we using Mark IIIs? Hold on. These guys are Mark IIIs. Okay, so... We don't have the Mark IVs. Is the ratio the same? It's almost certainly not. Okay, so it's more 2 to 1 in that case. So we would need 4 for every 2. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now those guys are going out to get me some materials. And I kind of need a grenade. Which means I need some coal. Which should be right down here. Because I need to blow that up. Do I have any explosives on my person? It doesn't appear that I do. Can I get some? The question becomes, did I put those in a logistics container so that they can send it to me? No, I did not. Well, that's not ideal. Alright, so I finished Logistics 4, which gives us purple belts. And let's go ahead and get turbo loaders to go with those purple belts. Okay. Well, it's not that critical right now. Alright, so we're going to want to make sure that we have a pump. And let's see, where do we want to put it? So we're going to have the input there. We're going to want to make sure that we leave enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you guys are making that. Okay. So then we'll have crude coming in. Now these guys also produce residuals that we're going to have to deal with. Oh, miscalculated that there. Oh, wait a minute. That's wrong. That's all kinds of wrong. Okay. There we go. There we are. So then we're going to need 3 tanks to store these products in. One for naphtha, one for base mineral, and one for fuel oil. So, I want to make sure that I don't put it in such a way that it interferes with those guys. So I'm going to stagger it slightly. Alright, so we're going to have naphtha. We're going to have fuel oil. Fuel oil. Now, all of these products are going to be products that we're going to want to store and have for pickup as well. We're going to need them to process into other things, as well as a product themselves. All right, so naphtha, fuel oil, mineral oil. There we go. Actually, let me make a slight adjustment there. I'm going to load there into the bottom port instead of there, because that is where we want the outflows to be. Right, because we're going to want 1, 2, 3 pumps. On all of those guys. Let's use a substation there for power. Alright, so now we are going to want let's see, we're actually going to be able to want to have these guys split off. So those guys are going to need room so that we can send them off to wherever the pickup area is going to be. Okay. And we need to deal with the residuals. Now, what can we do with the residuals? I believe that we actually have a steam cracking process. Yes, we can take oil residuals and 100 steam, and we can make residual gas. Is there anything else that I can use oil residuals for? Let me see. Selected item. Oil residuals. There's a bunch of recipes to make it. There's only one recipe where it's used. Alright. To make residual gas. Alright, let's find out what the ratios are that we want to use. So, for this... Do I have steam cracker Mark IVs? Let's see, steam cracker Mark IIIs only. And we're getting the residuals from that process. And 8.5 to 1. Which means we probably only need 1. 1 to 9. Okay. So, actually, hold on. That's not quite right, because that was a Mark IV. We only have Mark IIIs of those. 1 to 12 Mark IIIs. Which means we'd need, 8 more of these to use up 1. Okay, so 1 is going to be plenty for now. Mark III steam cracker. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to bring the residuals out here. I'm probably going to load them into a silo. And let's see, you guys. You see, just have my bots plant them. Okay, there we go. And there is our steam cracker. Because we're going to need some steam. That's going to be the one issue. Put it there. All right. So, where would we get some steam? How much steam will we need? We would need 2 electric boilers to feed 1 steam cracker. Okay. Turbo loader's done. Coal liquefaction. We may actually want that. Let's research that. Okay, so we're going to need 2 electric boilers, which I can never remember where. There they are. 2 of those. And where we get the water from? You gonna go this way or this way? I think this way makes the most sense. All right. So we're gonna need a pump. And let's see, pump can go right about there. And then we will put the steam furnaces, or steam boilers. Let's see, let's get you there. Let's get the water across the tracks, at least. And then we're going to put the boilers there. And let's actually put a buffer with a pump. So we'll put that tank there. A pump coming out that way. And this is going to need power, obviously. And that is not a good place for that, actually. It's going to need to be there. There we go. And then the residual gas comes out here. We're going to need to put that in a tank. Let's see, where do I want to put the residual gas tank? Because residual gas is going to be another thing that we're going to want to use as a product we can pick up. So let's go ahead and put the tank up here. Because it's also going to be getting redirected to the pickup area. Let's see, can we get all the way past it? Yes, we can. Okay. You know, it would help if I connected everything else up. There we go. So now our tanks should be filling. Should be getting residual gas. Perfect. Okay, then. The next thing we want to try to break down is going to be raw gas. What can we do with raw gas? Let's see. Probably the easiest way to do that is to go ahead and use this. And we'll say... let's see. Raw gas. All right. We know how to make it. No, where is it used? The only thing that is used for is raw gas refining, which produces natural gas liquids and acid gas. Okay. And that is done in either a gas refinery or an advanced gas refinery. What do I actually have? Advanced gas refinery. We have a Mark II advanced gas refinery. Let's see. We have a gas refinery Mark III. Does that have a speed of 2.5? These have a speed of 1.5. I don't think we need the advanced gas refineries, because these most likely just have more inputs than the standard gas refineries. Alright, so what are we looking for? Alright, we are getting raw gas from natural gas separation and here. So it's going to be difficult to determine how much we're going to need. So it's a 2 to 3 ratio. Again, hold on. We have gas refinery Mark IIIs. We have oil and gas separator Mark IIIs. Okay, that's an odd ratio. 1 to 7. No, 1 to 0.7. So if I had, what, 7 of these? I need 5. So you know what? I'll just make 4 of them. For now. Coal liquefaction is done. Let's see. Lab research speed increase. Hand crafting speed. It's going to be almost 1,000 of them. Tungsten alloy processing. Copper tungsten plate, tungsten carbide plate, tungsten carbide plate, tungsten axe. Yeah, we're gonna need it. Okay, so I was saying what? 4 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Alright, so we're gonna have raw gas. We're gonna need a pump. We're gonna need to make sure we leave enough room. Now the acid gas, while we're waiting for things to make, that can get broken down using green metal catalysts and the hydrofluoric acid, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide gas. I have a feeling that this is a process that we're probably going to do on site, wherever we are going to need either the hydrofluoric acid or the hydrogen sulfide gas. So, most likely this is going to be used to make hydrofluoric acid. Well, probably actually hydrogen sulfide gas. Yeah. Again, it is going to be something we're going to want to have available for pickup. Oh, I just realized we're going to need some lights out here. So let's see if we can't illuminate things. Okay. No, I don't want that. I want this. want this coming down this way. And running there. Okay. So then we're going to need natural gas liquids and acid gas. And again, we want to make sure that the inputs and outputs are going to be offset based on these, because we want to make sure that everybody's going to be able to run in parallel. Where did it put my tank? There it is. Okay. So for the liquids, let's see. Actually, it's going to be that bottom output. Let's put it right about there. And the output for this, we're probably going to actually come out of the top of it, but we're going to bring it in like this anyway. There we go. And we only really need to use 2 of the outputs. We don't have to use all of them. There we go. All right, tungsten alloys are done. Heat shielding research? Heat shielding tile. I'm not sure we really need that. Electric energy accumulators. You know what, we'll go ahead and grab those. Well, actually, let me go take a look at what the load looks like on the research centers. Okay, we might want to give it a little bit of a break after this electric energy accumulators are done. Let those things kind of build back up a bit. Alright, what does the pollution map look like? Okay, not too bad yet. Okay. Hold on. Why are you not... Oh, because that's not lined up correctly, is it? No, it is not. There we go. Alright, so then now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to work on breaking down. As I was saying, the acid gas is probably going to be a dead end there. That's just going to go to a loading bay to be able to be loaded on a train, and we'll probably set this up to vent. Right, I'll probably just go ahead and set this up with a flare stack and call it good. I may eventually need more than one flare stack, but we'll do a flare stack for now. Just where do I want to put the flare stack? That'll do. Alright, so then we're going to need to break down the naphtha, fuel oil, and natural gas, the mineral oil. So the petroleum-based gases. We're going to methane gas, ethane gas, butane gas, I guess carbon monoxide as well. We don't have synthesis gas. Not yet. The gas condensates. This produces naphtha. This produces toluene. We're going to need that toluene. Methane gas, butane gas, toluene. Yes. Natural gas, liquids, and residual gas. Methane gas, ethane gas, butane gas. Let's see, methane gas, ethane gas, butane gas. We don't need the additional naphtha. Carbon monoxide. I don't know if we actually need to produce that here either. Let's see, 90, 30, 20. This is going to be 40, 40. This, I think it's actually this process that we're going to want to use for the natural gas liquids with the addition of residual gas. Because we're actually cracking this stuff into residual gas, right? We may actually want both these processes, this one and this one, set up. Just in case we don't have residual gas, then we can still make the stuff using this. But using this as primary. Steam cracking naphtha into synthesis gas. Then we can take synthesis gas separation, or we can catalyze it. Methanol gas, residual gas. Yeah, we're going to want to do a lot of this stuff here. I think any of the catalytic processes we're not going to do here. Steam cracking, yeah, we're going to do steam cracking. But polyethylene. No. Okay. Yeah, I have to look through a lot of those and decide what it is we're going to be doing, what it is we're not, and what we're going to be storing, and what we're not going to be storing. So, yeah. But I think I have a pretty good idea we're going for. We're going for this, we're going for this. We got to figure out what we're going to do with the, like, the naphtha and the fuel oil. So yeah, got a few things more to do down here. And then, you know, ramp it up as needed. Of course, we're going to need to get more input in here of natural gas and multi-phase oil, of course. But, you know, we'll get around to that at some point. Okay, but for now, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.